Hello and welcome to Homestead Imaginations. I am Josh and I am trying for the first time winter sowing. So I just saw this actually recently and I wanted to give it a try. I've had bad luck with my broccoli and cauliflower and I know that's one thing that you can do well with winter sowing. So I've got two jugs. One's gonna be for the broccoli, one's gonna be for the cauliflower. I've cut them so that way they kind of like hinge. I've got my potting mix here. So first step is trying to not make a giant mess, but most likely gonna happen. It'd be easier to pour it the little bag. Not the best setup that I've got. There we go. Jeez. Oh, I've made a mess. Oh boy. I tend to overpour things in general. Jesus. Okay. I don't want to go too crazy. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of press this down a little bit. Might as well do the other bag now. The other one now too. So I just got potting mix here. There we go. I definitely can't wait until I have my own system for creating seed starting mix and potting mix, because look at this giant twig, tons of branches and different things in here. Here's a clump of something weird. I guess just dirt. So it is a goal of mine to start my own, create my own like potting and soil mix. Hopefully, maybe that's something else I'll try and tackle next year. But so we've got these two. We've got a big thing of water here. Actually, you know, might as well get a gallon. Otherwise I'm gonna make even more of a mess. So want it really wet. So I'm gonna kind of let this seep in. I'm gonna mix it around a little bit. I want the soil nice and wet. So yeah, so I just like literally maybe like a few weeks ago came across the whole concept of winter sowing. Had never even heard of it before, and I'm pretty excited to try it because I have not had much luck at all with broccoli and cauliflower. I think 1 year I actually got like heads of broccoli and heads of cauliflower. Otherwise, like usually I put them out. I plant them the same time I plant everything else in the garden, which I've realized is a mistake. They should actually go out sooner. So it's something I'm gonna be doing different this year anyway. But when I did see this video of winter sowing and like being like your brassicas being like a really good option for this method, I really wanted to go with it and at least try it. Especially for my area, like I kind of want to get an idea of roughly when will they sprout, like because they like the colder weather, so they're going to sprout sooner than some of your other plants would be if they were outdoors, like your other seedlings. I mean, I even had some lettuce that bolted this year and it was like November I think it was like November, late November, maybe even early December. And I was trying to get the next garden set up, and they were growing. Like the seedlings had germinated and they were growing, and it was cold out. We have an exceptionally cold fall this year and winter, like way colder than it has been in the last few years. So these, I assume, you know, are going to be along those lines with the brassicas of having them needing colder temperatures to grow. So I've always had mine bolt. In the past few years, I haven't had much luck. So I'm doing some different things anyway to help mitigate that. So this is the broccoli. And I'm going to try and do like 10 seeds. 3, oh, that's way more than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, so it's maybe 12. I think I just put in there. So a little bit more than I wanted or needed, but it doesn't really matter. So one thing that I'm going to be paying attention to for this is when do I notice these germinate? So then that's basically kind of when these germinate is probably roughly when I'm going to be aiming towards putting the actual, I'm still going to grow my broccoli and cauliflower as planned in my basement, in my little grow room that I've set up. But I want to know when a good time to bring the broccoli out is. So I'm going to be kind of checking how these do, and based off how well these do, I will then decide like when I'm going to plant mine. So this year it probably won't change too much because I'm going to wait and see how these do. I'm going to document when they germinate, and if they survive, how well they grow, all that kind of stuff, and then compare it basically. So I just kind of crunch that down. So it's got opening, but it's nice and wet. It's good for germination. And then this is just going to go out in the garden. So I'm excited because hopefully this year we'll actually get some broccoli, we'll actually get some cauliflower based off some of the changes that I'm making for how I try and grow these in general, but also now seeing that I'm doing this like as like a kind of like a backup plan. 3, 6, 9. All right, so it's like 13 maybe. And I'm just sprinkling them all across. No set way. Just literally putting them in to try it out, and then I'm just sprinkling a little of the stuff, dried stuff on top. It's gonna get wet anyway. Once it goes outside, and the next time it snows or if it rains. I didn't even do that with this one, so I'm gonna reopen that one. I totally forgot I needed to cover the seeds. Just slightly. But, so this year, hopefully, we'll actually get the broccoli, we'll get the cauliflower. I'm going to be planting my broccoli and cauliflower earlier than, say, the rest of the garden. I'm also putting them in our original gardens, our original 10 by 10 gardens. And I did buy shade cloths last year at the end of the year for this upcoming year because I was sick of losing all my broccoli, all my greens to bolting. So I've got those things that I'm changing. So I'm going to be keeping the areas cooler, more shaded. I'm going to be putting them out earlier. So I should hopefully have a better setup. Might as well move this up. Oh, wrong one. This one, there we go. So, should have a better result this year for the broccoli and cauliflower. So now I'm trying it with just those for this year, but I might, depending on how well this does, I don't know if I'm going to winter sow my broccoli and cauliflower every year if this is successful, or if I'm just going to use the information to do what I need to do and then plant normally, just maybe bring it out earlier based off the results. But if I can get this to work and it's successful, and like I will take these seedlings, I will transplant them in the garden. I have plenty of extra garden space with the big garden I put in. So these will go in that section. I'll just put them in their own little section. So they won't have a shade cloth or anything. So we'll see how they do by starting earlier by being outside. And then, but if this works really well, like I might do it because then that eliminates the amount of stuff I'm trying to seed start inside, which I use all these big cups. I use these trays. And I need grow lights, so it will reduce the amount of stuff I've got to like plant and then carry up out of the basement. And these won't need to get, not that I do it anyway, what is it called, hardening off. When you're hardening off your plants for your seedlings to bring them out, bring them out for like an hour or two, and then the next day bring them out for like 2 to 4, and then just keep extending it every day, and then finally you plant them. So that way they don't get burned up by the sun. I don't do that. I'm growing, I don't know, last year I had like 60, 80 plants, and I don't have them in like trays. I have them in like bigger cups because I'm trying to get the seedlings to be really big, grow as strong as they can, so that way when I put them in the garden, they're already got a jump start on everything. So as of right now, at least the way I'm doing it, who knows? I might learn that that's a horrible way of doing this, but and maybe I should keep my seedlings smaller, maybe start them a little bit later so they are small, so when I bring them out into the garden, I don't know. We'll see how things go. But my plants, when they are healthy and big, when I bring them out, they're fine. They have no issues. They don't go through any shock. They grow well. It's the little seedlings, like the ones that are really small that I either didn't get enough space or they just weren't a strong seedling to begin with, that they struggle to be out in the sun full time without being hardened off. So this will be another experiment to see how well these do without any, because they're naturally not going to be hardened off anyway. So they'll be natural to already getting the sun, so, and the temperature, so they'll be acclimated as time goes on. So yeah, so that's the quick little experiment. Get a couple milk jugs or any other kind of container. Get your potting mix or your seed mix. Get it damp, nice and damp. Put your seeds in, and then stick it out in the garden. So we'll see how things go. And I don't even know which one of these jugs is which jug, honestly. I should have labeled these before I started, which one was my broccoli, which one was my cauliflower. So I guess we'll have to wait till the spring and see what they are. I'll plant them separate from one another in their own little spacing. So this will be, one row will be broccoli, one row will be cauliflower, and we'll figure out which one's actually true to what it should be. But yes, very easy. I was really excited when I saw this online. And my gardener had shared a video about it, like plants that you can do this with, and I was super excited. Like I said, like I haven't had much luck with ours, and my oldest absolutely loves broccoli, so like he's been really disappointed in our abilities of growing broccoli. So I'm excited to hopefully have this go better and us actually have broccoli and cauliflower. So hopefully it works out well. I'll have an update video. I'll probably do a video once the seedlings start popping up. To show what date it was, what roughly the weekly temperatures have been in the last week, and then probably do another like kind of close off video of like their success, like how well they grew overall, their harvest, and all that. So it'll be a fun little experiment. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm already planning to grow the broccoli and cauliflower that I want for the year anyway in the normal way I have been doing things. So if these don't germinate at all, not a big deal. If it has like a 25% germination rate, not a big deal. These two are both completely extra, so we'll see. I should have actually counted exactly how many seeds I did put in here, so that way I could do like a germination count, but next time, I guess. But that's it for today's video. Quick and short. The process itself is quick. If I didn't talk, it'd be maybe 5 minutes to do this entire process and get them ready. So I'm gonna go stick these out in the garden. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching and watching this journey and watching me fumble through trying to figure out how to homestead and how to get this all set up. So I appreciate it. I'll catch you next time. Keep the imagination rolling. Thank you. Bye-bye.